All right, time to finish off the show. Rap reactions. A lot of topics, a little bit of time. Take it away, Drink.
You know what time it is. Let's roll, baby. Rookie quarterback Matt Jones and Justin Fields have two of the top five highest selling jerseys since August 1st, according to Fanatics. Does that surprise you, Jay?
Well, of course it does. I mean, particularly when Justin Fields, he's not even going to start in week one, even though you put him in the promo for that game. But two guys that have no regular season NFL snaps. Yes, it is somewhat surprising. Alabama football coach Nick Saban lamented his team's lack of intensity on Wednesday as his team prepares to play Mercer. Do you believe his concerns are legitimate?
Absolutely. Here's the deal. Out of all the schools you heard about this last weekend, Alabama was the only school where people was like, oh yeah, they was great. They was mid-season form. Miami didn't stand a chance. You can't even tell they lost that many players. Like everything they heard this weekend was how great how great Alabama is, right? Then you roll in the next week with Mercer. You got to remember this. These young guys on this team played an all-SEC schedule last year. Some of these guys are not used to playing these, shall we say, cupcakes with the extra sprinkles. So, yes, he got to come out there. He got to, raw it up. Make sure these guys understand you have to maintain intensity. You got to maintain the legitimacy every single week. You can't take a week off, man. And, that's why I love the old ball coach. Keep it going. That's why you the GOAT. New York Yankees shortstop Derek Jeter was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame on Wednesday along with Larry Walker, Ted Simmons, and Marvin Miller. Any thoughts on their enshrinement?
I think Derek Jeter was like 99.7% of the ballot or whatever. Only one voter didn't vote for him. We still don't know who it is because they kept their ballot private, but Derek Jeter actually threw some shade at that right. It was like, shout out to everybody, that voted me in except for that one dude. So I just thought that was hilarious. And that's it on that one. The Los Angeles Lakers have traded center Marc Gasol to the Memphis Grizzlies along with a 2024 second-round pick and cash considerations. Does that hurt the Lakers at all, or have they done enough up front to compensate?
Yeah, I think they've done enough up front to compensate. Here's the deal. Marc Gasol made it pretty clear he didn't want to come back. So, hey, they worked it out where he don't even got to leave Spain. We're going to send you over to Memphis. We'll let Memphis retire your number for all the great stuff you did with them. And then, we get to save $10 million on the books where we can go and do something with that later on. So, I think this is good on all parties. I think all parties get what they want in this situation. In a YouTube live video with his father, Cam Newton said he was surprised to learn that the Patriots were releasing him. He also said he was willing to stay on as a backup to rookie quarterback Mac Jones. Jay, your thoughts?
Interesting to hear his first comments he made since he's been released. I'm somewhat a little bit surprised that he's, was willing to stay on as a backup, although I guess if that's your only chance to be on the roster, then maybe you take it. But I think, in the end, we've kind of felt this way for a while, even going back to when he left Carolina. Cam Newton's just one of those like personalities and, characters that it just seems like he's too big to be a backup. So I guess, it'd be interesting to see if he, gets another chance to start moving forward. Cowboys right tackle Lyle Collins has been suspended 5 games for violating the NFL's substance abuse policy. How do you see that impacting the Cowboys moving forward?
Greatly. Listen, here's the deal. We seen him last night, and I think me and you agreed. That combination of him and Tyron Smith last night was pretty lethal. They was doing some work. Them tackles was holding up against one of the best defensive lines in the league. But 5 games, this is how you get the likes of like Eric Flowers coming in, and then the dude across from him make a Pro Bowl team right in the next very game because he gets beat to sleep. Or this is how you get a Kansas City situation that they had in the Super Bowl because you got to just be bringing up people from the practice squad. I think this is going to impact them tremendously. And listen, feel bad for Lyle Collins, even though you broke the rules, so you got to pay the price. But he was starting to come into his own. Everybody remember this was a guy that was projected to be a first-round pick. He goes out, gets in trouble. Then Jared Jones hit us with the clearance sale. Go and get him for the cheap scheme. He know he's in trouble. And then this guy kind of came into his own as an offensive lineman. But this is unacceptable. You got Like I said, the same thing I said about Cam Newton. You signed a contract, do what you're supposed to do. Unacceptable. But, hey, it is what it is. Trevor Bauer's season is over after baseball has elected to extend the administration leave of the Dodgers right-handed starter through the regular season and the playoffs. Your reaction?
Yeah, they've been extending this season. This must be about the 8th extension that we've seen on this. Something we've been, following here and there. Well, listen, they brought in Max Scherzer at the trade deadline. He's been doing a tremendous job. So now, even though not having Trevor Bauer is, it's a significant blow, but you still got Scherzer, you still got Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, Julio Urias. I mean, it's just an embarrassment of riches what the Dodgers have. So even though they don't have Bauer, I think they still at this point could be looked at it as the favorites come playoff time. The Ravens continue to suffer catastrophic injuries with running back Gus Edwards and cornerback Marcus Peters suffering torn ACLs on Thursday. They had already lost running back J.K. Dobbins and another running back Justice Hill for the season. Drink, will the Ravens be able to overcome these injuries and make the playoffs?
I like to think so. If it's a position where you kind of want this to happen, I mean, I don't think you want this to happen, but if you wanted it to happen, it's probably running back. Why do I say that? I do understand that the NFL lacks on top-end running backs, but they got plenty of just running backs. So you could probably go find some guys, they went out and got Latavius Murray, a guy that we done seen in the league for quite a while, do some things. They got a couple of guys on the roster. And listen, you got one of the best running quarterbacks in the business, folks. So I think they will be all right. Will it be a little rough in the beginning? I think it will be. Lamar Jackson been working with some of these guys for quite a while. However, I think they'll be able to get it done. Gonzaga's men's basketball coach Mark Few was cited for a DUI on Monday outside of a popular vacation spot in Idaho. That's right, I said Idaho. Anything you'd like to add about that, Jay?
Yeah, I spoke to a source close to this situation, and you wouldn't believe what he had to say.
What he had to say?
He said he had a few too many. Last one, outside linebacker T.J. Watt and the Steelers have agreed to a 4-year extension worth $112 million. Deal includes $80 million in guarantees and a $35 million signing bonus. Drink, where does Watt rank for you among NFL defensive players?
Oh, well, he definitely top 5, and his contract tell you that. Hey, he need to pay JJ his money back. But here's the deal. I'm going to tell you like this. Now, if he wasn't top 5, he is now. You become the highest paid defense player in the league. Everybody target you. Is it fair? No. But that's just how the league is. So I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to play up to that contract. The good thing is this. Pittsburgh's defense is the real deal, folks. And he's part of that real deal package as far as that defense goes. So we'll see, but we're going to expect more out of him now after this signing.
All right, that concludes tonight's Drink of Wisdom. As always, like, listen, share, subscribe. We appreciate it all. I'm Jay Wise.
And I'm Nathan Drinker. And remember, make tomorrow better than today and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we going to do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a Drink of Wisdom.